The 4.0 livestream was an hour long, and that means we have a lot to talk about. So today, I'm going to share the most important parts about it with you. From the upcoming banners for version 4.0, aka the Fontaine updates, to new things coming to Genshin once Fontaine arrives. You're bound to find this video insightful, whether you've already watched the livestream or not. This video will be split into 3 parts. First banners, then events coming up in 4.0 to farm those sweet primogems, and then finally, new and permanent things coming to Genshin once Fontaine drops. I'll try and get through the first 2 points as quickly as I can, so that we can talk about the good stuff ASAP. Ready? Let's go. Also here with the primogem codes. So for the 4.0 banners, in the first half we're going to get Lyney and Yelan, a Yelan rerun, and then in the second half we're getting solely reruns. We're getting a Zhongli rerun and a Childe rerun. Lynette is a 4-star and she will be in the first half, and Freminet will be in the second half, again as a 4-star. Now, apart from the Archon quest, which looks incredible, it looks packed, it looks great, which, by the way, the entire Fontaine Archon quest will be running between 4.0 and 4.2, meaning that we're going to get an Archon quest in 4.0, 4.1 and 4.2. A bit like what happened in Sumeru. But aside from that, we're also going to be getting a ton of events in 4.0. We'll be getting Mega Mecha Melee. In the court of Fontaine, oh my god, these words! In this event, we'll be getting a free Bennett, and here's some of the gameplay for it. From my perspective, this is an event that's going to help us to get used to the new mechanics of underwater exploration, which I will be talking about more later on in this video, because it is a huge part of Fontaine, but it seems like this event is going to help us get used to it. The next part of this event is going to be combat based, where we'll get to see more of like Fontaine and its environments and the monsters it has, you know, just helping us get our bearings in Fontaine, basically. This next one is a music game. They call it Dance Dance Revolution. There's a lot in this event. The next one is called Relic Records, Creations of the Hydro Nation, and I think, again, it's just going to help us get to know Fontaine. You know, we get to collect things in the Fontaine region, so again, just helping us get our bearings and helping us to understand what Fontaine is about. The next one, Studies in Light and Shadow, a Fontaine of Enchantments, is a photography game where we go to areas in Fontaine and take pictures. Gotta love a nice photography game, you know? And finally, the last one, Verdict of Blades, is a classic combat event. You know, with all this exploration that we're going to be doing in Fontaine because of these events, it's gonna be nice to have a little bit of combat thrown in there too. When you hit AR 25 or above, or if you're already AR 25 or above, you can get Lynette for free in the event tab. So, just saying that now before I forget to. The Fontaine release date is the 16th of August. That's not even 2 weeks. We got less than 2 weeks for this. Oh my goodness. A huge part of the 4.0 livestream was dedicated to underwater exploration because it's genuinely a massive part of Fontaine. There are different ways to perform combats, like for instance, rather than using our characters' kits, instead we're using a parry, which beta mains are gonna love. Also good to mention that there is no oxygen bar, because they don't want to stress players out, you know, that old phrase again, if you know, you know. But there is a stamina consumption bar, so while there is no oxygen bar, if you do sprint underwater, it does consume stamina. We are also going to be getting new enemies. We got shown 2 bosses that are going to be unlocked in 4.0. The first one, this one that looks like a crab, is very aggressive. It throws fireballs everywhere. And then this one, it's stunning and beautiful. It's a dancing robot enemy. I love it. It's so graceful. It's Grace incarnate. It's my favourite boss I've ever seen in my life, genuinely. The Fontaine music sounds stunning. Just listen. Give it a quick listen. It reminds me of like if the Harry Potter music and the Studio Ghibli music had a baby. That's what that sounds like to me. We're also finally going to be getting a multi-layered map, and it looks so cool. The underground parts light up on the map. It's really cool. They've really done it really well. And it's not just going to be applicable to Fontaine, it's also going to be applicable to other areas like the deserts. So nice touch. Something that they didn't mention in the livestream itself, but on Hoyo Lab, is the fact that we're going to be getting new strongbox items. So just like in the Sumeru updates where older artifact sets were added to the strongbox for the first time, the same thing is happening again. Older artifact sets are coming to the strongbox, including Tenacity, Emblem, and Shimenawa's. For any dedicated Battle Pass buyers, there are now going to be 10 types of items that can be selected from the Battle Pass bounty. So now, once you reach level 30 on the Battle Pass, starting from 4.0, we'll have a wider selection of Battle Pass weapons to choose from. The way our party looks is going to change. So right now it looks like this, but after 4.0, we're going to get unique animations for every single character, and it's going to look like this. Now, I've only played Star Rail a little bit, but you can totally tell that they've got this from Honkai Star Rail. Do the other Honkai games have this? Either way, it's a great touch. For any TCG appreciators, travelers can now view current TCG games going on that people are playing in their friend list or in the co-op menu. And if you don't want your matches to be public, you can just turn that feature off if you want to. Either way, I smell a new YouTube channel idea. Let's talk about quests really quick. Like I said before, we are going to be getting Archon quests in version 4.0, 4.1, and 4.2. And the current 4.0 Archon quest looks heavy. It looks heavy, I love it. I can't wait for it. On a lighter note, we're also going to be getting a Lyney story quest, which hopefully it will be a bit lighter on the mind and soul, because somehow I don't think that's going to be the case for the Archon quest. And finally, let's talk about characters really quick. So in the 4.0 trailer, we can see a ton of characters. And I think these are characters that we can expect to have banners over the coming versions. Not to say that the others in the original teaser won't get their banners, they will eventually, but just not in the near future at the minute. But it's also important to note that Genshin seems to have kind of a history now of quote-unquote improving older characters when a new region drops. Like for instance, Kuki Shinobu. She was like widely considered to be one of the worst characters in the whole game. And now thanks to Sumeru and Dendro, she's now pretty much become a staple for anyone who wants to use a Hyperbloom team. And there is someone in Sumeru right now who is also now widely considered to be the worst character kit in the entire game. So will they finally have their redemption arc? We can only hope so in the future. And that's it. This will probably be the last official pieces of information about Fontaine that we're going to get until the region actually releases. However, that's not going to stop me from milking it for the next week or so for content. Let me know down in the comments what you're most excited for Fontaine. If you made it this far, comment a bird emoji, specifically this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.
Yelan! What the hell? Oh my god!